You could have requirements for voter ID at every level of government for every election throughout the country.
Facts.
So the thing to remember, and I know this can be really hard to do when we're feeling really worried about what's coming right in front of us, is to think a couple years down the road on what it looks like if you remove this tool, this protection for the minority. What happens when you're the minority and that tool is no longer there to protect your rights?
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, as you hug Mitch McConnell.
Unbelievable. I mean, the fact of the matter is that the argument is, even though we have incredibly restrictive voting rights, we could get incredibly restrictive voting rights in the future.
You know, we'll learn a lot about minority rule in the coming years, if we don't act on the filibuster right now. So, I mean, good setting the stage for the Democrats not being in power for the next how many years?
She's lying. And I mean, it's obvious.
A few years later,
the government is under assault. There is absolutely no reason to believe, and the Republicans have said this, they know they have 2 years. There is no reason to believe there is any way to stop this. This is it. This is like the one time where I agree with an accelerationist thing, because the fact is we are on a locked in path right now. And it's going to exist over the 2 years.
Yeah.
And so we either have it happen now in a way in which it is where the Republicans will have to put the brakes on.
But it's not accelerationism. It's like the motivation behind a strike. Like if you get a contract where the terms are dog crap, at some point you do have to strike, and that's what this government shutdown would be.
Have y'all seen her? No, she was going off.
I have seen her actually. She was dropping receipts on people. I saw this like 2 days ago. Oh, she's still going.
Who's she dropping receipts on?
On everybody. She's posting like old tweets, old shit that people were saying. Look.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the one she got on AOC.
Oh, she had a couple on AOC.
Oh yeah.
See, I like that one.
Oh, is this one's old?
That's old. The date's on it. Oh no, she cropped it. Never mind. This is one of them then. There was multiple. So this is where she was talking about her, Cinema. She was like, Cinema refuses to act on the filibuster until she changes. She can take a seat, talking about women's access to health care, basically saying hold everyone accountable, and saying that she, Cinema, the person who posted this, should be primaried. And now she's talking about Chuck Schumer. Same thing. She flipped.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So she's like flip-flopping. So basically she's pulling up receipts.
She was pissed.
Oh, she got hella receipts. Look, there's another one below. Yeah, James Platt. I like that one. He's always tweeting shit. He be talking about Trump shit die. He be tweeting crazy shit.
What?
Yeah, Pavlovitz or whatever. He be tweeting
senator?
crazy shit. Nah, he's just some dude. He wrote a book or something. He got a lot of followers though.
That's crazy, man.
He called Chuck Schumer a Trump something. Like called him something like when you work with somebody. He called him something. I forgot what he called him. Yeah, she got receipts. Look, 2022 receipts. Expressed her admiration for both Mitch McConnell and the Senate filibuster, adding that she's not only against abolishing the 60-vote threshold required to pass legislation, but she's for strengthening it. And look, now he's posting in favor of that. On his ass.
Wow. You can't make this crap up, bro.
Yeah,
they only want it when it's in their
Bro, they only
favor.
want shit when it's in their favor. they're bro, duh, don't we all? Like, come on now. You people are full of shit.
These people.
Now she is lighting them up.
Look, now she getting on her. Pramila J. Powell, she's from Cali. They talking about filibuster, abolish the Jim Crow filibuster. Now she talking about don't betray, filibuster Trump, vote no. Yeah, they were trying to filibuster the CR. Now they talking about anyone that.
Oh, we seen her.
Yeah,
we know how
she's in Cali.
Yeah, bro.
This is crazy.
Hey, where's the date on that tweet? How old is that tweet?
Which one?
From last year, 2024. Yeah, she got receipts on all of them. She was going hard.
This is insane.
Look, there go another one. She was on everybody's ass.
Really crazy.
She on everybody's ass.
She said still no.
She said we could protect, yeah. In fact, the Dems who argue to keep the filibuster for when we need it do not in fact use it when we need it. It's only used to block Dem policies, never to block harmful GOP ones. Could have proved us wrong. Instead, they proved the point. Oh, that's AOC's rebuttal to her. And what did she say back? Literally 0 Senate Democrats support the filibuster. 38 voted to filibuster for the contributing resolution yesterday. A, who previously voted to eliminate the filibuster, 119-22, did not filibuster. One who previously campaigned against the filibuster did not filibuster. Damn. Damn. She said, y'all lying. The Senate Democrats did not filibuster.
She is exposing they ass.
No, she's not playing games. Shout out Kirsten Sinema.
Yeah, she
Yep, I know it. You can just look at the state. Arizona.
Yeah, she on F with them.
She was a
I
senator
love
for
Arizona.
4 years, huh? She was a Democrat in Arizona.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't know she was a Democrat. Oh, I'm just not
Yeah,
real. I'm just not peeping
Yeah,
that.
They been said that. That's why I was like, she exposing people as a
So she getting on their ass. She was a senator for 6 years. When I saw Arizona, I just assumed Republican because Arizona's kind of red.
This is how I know God is real. Because I was literally about to go to a sleep doctor because I really struggled to sleep. He was. And then we actually just happened to,
ran across Beam.
find out about Beam. And so I was okay, I'll try this first. And it has literally solved my problem. Like, I think the biggest keys here are what are the ingredients? We got the melatonin, the magnesium, and the theanine. All of those like combined, because I've heard of all these things separately. But when you combine them all, it's like you get in the bed and you feel like something's weighing you down. Like that's how you don't feel like moving. And then you wake up and
I remember you said that I felt like I sunk in the bed.
That's how I felt. Yeah. And it helps me relax my mind before I get to bed. So, you can turn on some Cartier Family, lay down, hit the Beam, go to sleep. All right, guys. So what you want to do is go to beam.com and put in the discount code Cartier. And that's going to get you 35% off. That's not no little discount. That is a big discount, y'all. Beam is really blessing. It's a company that, has value similar to ours, and they really just want to help. So 35% off with the code Cartier.
Today, I'm making it clear, to protect our democracy, I support changing the Senate rules, whichever way they need to be changed to prevent a minority of senators from blocking action on voting rights. When it comes to protecting majority rule in America, the majority should rule in the United States Senate. I make this announcement with careful deliberation, recognizing the fundamental right to
Colleagues on the Senate side removed the filibuster to make it easier to pass legislation. Where do you stand on that?
Yes, absolutely. It's important to understand the history. The filibuster wasn't part of the Constitution. This was not the brainchild of Madison or Jefferson. It was the brainchild of Calhoun. And he had the filibuster because he wanted to protect the interests of slave states. So the filibuster is a relic of the Jim Crow era. It has no moral legitimacy. It should have been removed years ago, and it certainly should be removed now.
Kirsten Sinema is full of shit.
Black women views. Yeah.
Thinking of my timeline with videos of her dumb ass talking.
Yeah.
I can sit up here and I can list off all the historical bullshit talking points she had to uphold the Jim Crow filibuster. I could talk about the hypocrisy and how she said one thing back then and now she's saying another thing. But all that shit boiled down to the same thing. That she's full of shit.
And not only are Republicans blocking it, but many of you rightfully will say, don't we hold a majority in the Senate? Well, as many of you also know, it's a razor thin one. And two U.S. Senators Joe Manchin and Senator Kirsten Sinema, refused to make a carve out on the filibuster for H.R. 8. And what they have effectively done
I hate these people.
in refusing to act on the filibuster is to essentially guarantee that no legislation, with the exception of certain budgetary legislation and a very narrow set of procedural exemptions, but basically all major legislation no longer requires 50 votes or a majority for passage. It requires 60 votes.
To continuing coverage of the voting rights fight now, and Senator Kirsten Sinema is facing criticism for her vote against changing the filibuster.
While many state Democrats are unhappy about Senator Sinema's decision not to vote yes on the filibuster, she has admirers like Governor Doug Ducey, who gave her credit Thursday for standing up for her beliefs.
I want to give Senator Sinema credit for standing up and protecting a Senate rule that she believes in.
But among her own party, her approval is plummeting.
Her approval rating among Democrats in Arizona is 8%. So the level of frustration is there among voters. It's there among the organizers and volunteers who worked so many hours to get her into that position. It's there among donors. It's there among so many different groups.
Many Democratic organizations, including Emily's List, a campaign group focused on electing female Democrats, warned they would withhold further campaign contributions to Sinema if she voted to keep current filibuster rules. According to OpenSecrets.org, Emily's List is the biggest single contributor to Senator Sinema's campaign, with over $400,000 donated from 2015 to 2020. Following Wednesday's no vote, Emily's List President LaFonza Butler said in a statement, quote, "We believe the decision by Senator Sinema is not only a blow to voting rights and our electoral system, but also to the work of all of the partners who supported her victory and her constituents who tried to communicate the importance of this bill. As a result, we will no longer be able to endorse Senator Sinema moving forward." It's important to note that Senator Sinema has voted to support those voting rights bills, but she does not support changing the filibuster rules needed to pass them. In a statement following Wednesday's vote, Sinema said, "I also maintain my long-standing opposition to separate actions that would deepen our divisions and risk repeated radical reversals in federal policy, cementing uncertainty and further eroding confidence in our government."
I ain't gonna lie. To me, it just seems like Democrats want all their elected officials to just do everything in favor of the Democrat Party, whether it could have long-standing repercussions or not. Because if there wasn't a filibuster, the CR wouldn't have passed and we would be in a government shutdown. So like now that they're mad, now they're like, oh, we should have a filibuster, but y'all were just trying to get rid of it. Y'all was just trying to get rid of it.
Man.
And y'all just shitted on her for not being on the side of getting rid of it, and now y'all want to. It's like these people, they just like Todd said, they just want stuff in their favor, right in their favor, and their voters just want everything to be in their party's favor because it's not about being bipartisan and working together. They just want their side to be right.
This is weird.
Why we can't just work on being better?
More people need to have more of a center take on politics and stop being so.
That's why I asked, like, what do people want for like the country? Do they want this country to continue to prosper and just have business?
Bad, I ain't gonna lie.
Like, what do
and they
people
have
want?
even the gut to say JD Vance is weird. Nah, this is weird. This is the definition of weird. This is crazy.
You don't know what these people want.
Like, nah.
So they used the filibuster last time for the illegals to vote in some states, huh?
So AOC was basically saying, she was calling out in the old tweet, she was basically calling out Kyrsten Sinema for not voting to get rid of the filibuster, which would have protected Roe versus Wade, even though it's good that she didn't vote on it and Roe versus Wade is now not a thing and now states have the rights to vote, which is better for government in areas. Now the people in the area can decide what they want in their state, et cetera, and they're mad that she didn't vote to get rid of the filibuster when the filibuster would have been needed for Senate minorities to stop things like the CR. Damn.
Nah, these people are extreme, bro.
We see the we see the bullshit. Bro. We see the bullshit.
Hey,
you know.
Hey, she was on the side of common sense,
bro. She's smart. The filibuster protects the minorities in
I thought the Senate.
Yeah, the Senate. Isn't that how that works? I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
They had a bunch of filibuster bills back in the day because they was trying to say they used it for. I'm tripping. Civil rights, wasn't it?
No,
for the vote. For people, for blacks to vote.
This is for like, they did this back for slavery.
Yeah.
Yes. Where the Senate prolongs the debate on a proposed piece of legislation to prevent a vote on it. The tactic is used by the minority party of a group of legislators to block or stall bills they oppose. So basically, if the Democrats were so against the CR, they could have filibustered it, but they didn't. They wanted to use the filibuster to stop the minority Republicans at the time from opposing all their bills.
When Joe was in office.
But now that Trump's in office and they could benefit from the filibuster, now they have a different idea on it. And now they're not even exercising that idea. As we said before, they just have performative politics. They just want the optics to look good. You got all these black people out there clapping for this shit. Where's this at? Morehouse?
Yeah,
you should know.
I see Morehouse. I see Clark, Atlanta.
They don't know what the hell's going on.
They're just blindly voting Democrat.
It is literally blindly voting. Like I'm like every single day it's some more shit. But they're actually blindly voting, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, Kyrsten Sinema is actually smart for not getting rid of the filibuster. I think that's an important piece of legislation.
Yeah, that give one person only power, bro. Like
that's how the minority party in Congress and Senate would fight.
Yeah,
that gives you a chance to fight.
What did Jasmine say on the last video?
We don't know if we're gonna have elections in in 4 years. That's what she said.
They think, I don't gonna lie.
So when the Republicans is in position, let's get rid of it.
I can't just say they only think black people stupid. They think black people are extra stupid, and they think these liberals are extra are dumb.
Hey, they said only 49%.
We got brainwashed and extra stupid. Brainwashed and extra stupid and brainwashed. Well, okay.
Well, you should already know they brainwashed. They believe that men could be women and women can be men. That in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I actually gonna as a man, right? If you're a heterosexual man, right? This is a thought me and my boy Zach were talking about yesterday. We're playing the game, and I was like, this is a thought that dawned on me. If you're a man, right, and you are heterosexual, so you date women, right? You don't date men, and you say that a man can be a woman, you're gay. Because now you're saying that now that man is a woman, you'd be open to dating him because he's a woman. You're gay. And I just, as a straight heterosexual man, I'm not blurring the lines there. Men are men, women are women, period.
You could happily be gay.
Do you agree with Bernie Sanders that
I hate this
now
dude.
may be the time for Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who blocked voting rights from passing last week, to face a primary challenge in Arizona come 2024?
Well, Mehdi, as you mentioned, that race is in 2024, and that means Kyrsten Sinema's about 4 years into her 6-year term. I don't believe she's really given a compelling case as to why she should be renominated as the Democratic nominee for United States Senate in Arizona. She has proven herself an obstacle to the right to vote in the United States.
Sense.
She is not an ally on civil rights. It is becoming
I hate
a
that term.
precipice and rather
civil rights
contributing to
become?
the threat that we have in stabilizing our democracy. She is not standing up to corporate interest. In fact, she is a profound ally to them. And I believe that, she is not doing what voters in Arizona sent her to do. So
if a Ruben Gallego,
you can't make this.
If a Ruben Gallego challenged her in a primary or someone else, you would potentially consider supporting a primary challenger.
They talking about they
if it
should
came down
deport
to
this
someone
dude.
like Ruben Gallego and Kyrsten Sinema, I think that would be
I might
the
be in
easiest
favor of
decision
that.
I would ever have to make. There is no comparison. This is a state that deserves to be represented by a strong Democrat that is allied with working families and understands that we need to protect the rights of the marginalized, that understands that now is not the moment to stick up for corporations, but rather it's time to stand up for working people. And we need someone that has more allegiance to the actual people of this country than special interests.
Well, she would not be in the House if it wasn't for no voter IDs right now.
You know, it's interesting. Like they flipped on her for protecting a minority Senate voting right, and they're saying, "Oh, she didn't vote on voting rights. Actually, she protected voting rights." And they're mad at her because in a time where that could have been something that helps their party and push their agenda and give them like a win to their voter base, she was against that stupid voter base win, kept very important power in our government rights, and they're mad at her. They preyed on her downfall and shit on her and attacked her.
She said
I think that's crazy.
AOC said it. She said she's not doing what people want to do. I mean, Democrats want her to do in her state. So these people just basically just push bills and they just get on TV just to talk from the a liberal or Democratic standpoint, and they just know that this shit's not right. But they know there's people out there that truly believe in that shit. So they're pushing that shit to get just votes on what the people want. That's insane.
You know what's crazy? Once we saw that data that said that 70% of the Democrat Party thinks they don't fight Trump enough, it makes sense to me why they pushed and say these things. They say these things because this is what their voters want to hear. This is what they want their voters to believe, that they're standing up to the man, fighting the system, and doing all these things. And when they fail, they continue to have been failing.
Yeah.
Now
they want to keep looking like they got a fight in them because you notice they always say that. Hakeem, AOC says it. Jasmine says, "Oh, we still got fight in us." They want to seem like they fighting for the Democrats just so they can continue to stay in these positions and keep these salaries.
100%.
These people are terrible. They're not even on the side of conversation, bro.
They got to get elected. So
I know, but you know how they're getting elected.
Yeah, they're getting elected by doing things on the left, and they do anything that's in favor of the left. That's why. Oh man, it's
so you think it's really that much weird people in this world, bro.
It is.
You think it's really it's hard to really believe
It's
it.
just 'cause they see
or
that
are
point
they
of view.
actually that scared?
I won't say they're scared, bro. Like, look at the stuff that. Okay, so we're talking about people who think the Democrat Party represents their interests, right? So now these are the elected officials. This is the rhetoric that they're pushing. They're all parroting. The news is platforming this. This is the elected officials that are platforming this to the world. They're broadcasting this narrative and message to the world, right? So now the people that see, oh, he's a Democrat, he represents my interests. This is the side I vote for. They believe that shit. These are the people they trust and elect to represent them and fight for them. So now that's why they believe that. That's why they so scared. This is what they vote for to believe. So now when they see their party losing and all the logic is coming back and people are pushing back against this, we have fascism in our country because they on TV saying it. We have Nazis in our country because they on TV saying it. We're losing our democracy because they on TV saying it.
Yeah.
So the data supports that. The data supports that.
It's just
they want to believe this and they see that their party is losing and they can't get a grip and they can't beat Trump. That's why they're losing support. So they got to keep fighting and keep getting more extreme. Keep getting in their bag of tricks.
It's crazy because they had all the power at first and they didn't do nothing.
Bro, we know what they did. We know what they did with their power. They corrupted our governments and wasted our tax dollars so they could get rich.
Don't see that
because, bro, they believe in what they're believing what they're being told. They're believing what they're being told.
Because the media, bro.
The media is, bro, everybody, there's too many people in the party and too much money being moved around and they're masking it under the guise of doing something good and doing something great and being noble and being a good person and being progressive.
But, bro.
And if you fight against it, they label you. They label you. They shut you up. We've been through that. They label you and shut you up.
I know,
and
but
they brainwash. They brainwash with the media and all these people and these. They pay them off with the money that we're paying.
I listen to these people and then I just sit down and really think about what I have experienced through life and look at what's going on, what they're saying. I just can't believe it, bro.
I can't either. But
I can't because I'm going off of my personal life experience. And I live all across this whole nation, my nigga.
Guess what?
I literally lived across this nation.
This is the perfect example of what she's going through right now. Liberals were on the side of Elon Musk. Now they're blowing up his Teslas. That's how extreme the left is.
Yeah.
They're blowing up his Teslas right now. They're putting holes through his windows at his companies. And it's just, at his stations where these Teslas are at. That's insane. You go against them, and all hell breaks loose, bro. And it's because of the media, and it's because of these people right here. But I can't, I can't blame AOC and them no more. I can, but I can't, man, because this is what the Democrats want.
Yeah.
This is what the people want.
Yeah.
It has, either way, if they don't do it, somebody gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's like us, just doing this shit off of views and just being on the Democrat side just because we know people like that shit.
Yeah.
And we know that shit not common sense. That's literally what they doing.
It's just,
so who knows if they believe it or not? That's why when Byron said this shit is so dirty, it's ridiculous. I didn't understand what he meant by that at that time, but now I understand, bro. Because these people could just be doing that shit strictly because of it's dumbass brainwash people out there. Because the media got them, and then now they got to do that. It's a whole it's a brainwash cycle thing they're in, man. It's insane.
Obviously, a lot of this depends on the Senate Democrats holding together. I know where you stand on the filibuster. So I'm curious what you thought of Senator Simona's op-ed where she made this defense of keeping the filibuster. And she wrote, would it be good for our country if we did this, basically using the getting rid of the filibuster, only to see that legislation rescinded a few years from now and replaced by a nationwide voter ID law or restrictions on voting by mail in federal elections over the objections of the minority? Look, the argument she's making is, let's say you get rid of the filibuster, you get all of this progressive change that you would like to see, and then all of a sudden the roles are reversed and everything gets rolled back. Is that a good enough defense to you for the filibuster?
That's a great point she made.
No. It is it's essentially an argument of saying, well, why do anything at all in case something in the future may change it? Political systems all across the country, all across the world, pass legislation with majorities, and they're fine. And frankly, here's the thing, is that Democratic legislation, once enacted, is popular. Republicans have tried to gut Social Security. They've tried to reverse the ACA. They've tried to claw back on legislation that has passed by simple majorities in the Senate, and they haven't been able to because Democratic policies are popular. And once they are enacted, they are very politically difficult to undo. And so, you know, I do not believe in the defeatism of saying we will lose in the future and this will automatically mean that anything we do now is going to be reversed. So we might as well not do anything now.
A few years later,
leader, your senator, said at this meeting that he is going to vote for cloture. He is going to vote to allow there to be a simple majority vote. You think that's wrong?
I believe that's a tremendous mistake.
Hey, these people are insane, bro.
Basically, what Sinema did was literally save their party. Basically, she's saying, yeah, we're in power now. We're the majority now. We can get this stuff passed, but if Trump and them win, or if the roles are reversed and they get all the power and they roll back all these protections, then they're gonna put in all this conservative stuff that you guys are fighting, and basically we'd be fucked. Like, and they destroyed her for it, they attacked her for it, she lost her Senate seat for it, and now they're benefiting for what she did.
And she's shouting out X for common sense. She said, "Bless this platform." Wow.
You know what?
She's exposing them.
What I realize about these Democrats, they think in the now. They never think about the future.
See,
bro,
they always think in the now.
They want all their policies passed. That way their voter base can grow, and they be like, oh, they're making stuff happen. They're making change, and all this corruption and bullshit and all this money and all this nonsense that they're in favor for can happen. Because at the end of the day, they're getting paid. They're not being affected the way we're being affected as American people. They're in the driver's seat. You know, like. At the game, we in the stadium, they up in the box. Yeah. We in the nosebleeds watching this. We in the court, you know what I'm saying? They watching this all play out, and they feeding it to us like, oh yeah, this is what you should be happy about. And if shit pop off, they gonna be in the box. They gonna be in the bunker underground safe.
It's not AOC fault. It's not Jasmine's fault. It's the people that's electing them and the people that they just going. I mean, the people that's the
well, it is AOC and Jasmine's fault because they're the ones that's putting this shit in the people's ear that this is what they should be in favor of.
The media is putting it in their ear though.
And the media is an extension of the Democrat Party. If we haven't realized that,
yeah, but
we haven't realized
that's
that.
The thing though. It's always gonna be another Jasmine and AOC though.
Yeah,
people believe
they
that
can
shit.
replace
that.
Duh. So that's what
people
I'm saying,
believe it because they believe it because people like Jasmine and AOC. That's why. There will be another Jasmine and AOC.
There's another Joy Reid.
Joy Reid, huh?
They getting elected though, so it's the dumbass people in America.
But you got to think about it. AOC only have non-voter ID people voted for her.
Listen, this is how I see it, Salo. If you're gonna go and run, right? You're trying to run with this base. You know these ideologies have been parroted by people who've been elected before you. You see where they go wrong, where they're unpopular, and you're just like, okay, I think I can go do it. So you go parrot what's popular, you go say what you're gonna do differently and fix where they went wrong. You get a bunch of people behind you, you get some money going, you get rallied up, you campaign for months, keep going, get your momentum, you get elected, you get in a seat, boom, now you're AOC and Jasmine Crockett, you work your way up.
Might pull a fire extinguisher like Jamal.
And say they gonna get your ass out of there like Jamal.
Jamal got out of there.
They got his ass up out of there.
Nigga don't know what a goddamn fire extinguisher from the doorknob is.
They said we both hey, everything should have actually been canceled.
That was bad.
That nigga said, he smiled and said, hey, I was trying to see where the elevator was in. I was trying to leave. Hey, but these people aren't serious, bro. They don't believe none of this shit.
They do, bro.
And hey, shout out her. She just exposed them on an extreme level, guys.
And shout out Sinema, man. You know, she's a Democrat, but obviously she got some sense in her head.
Yeah, she does.
She did what's unpopular. And really, now her party can benefit from her sacrifice. She bit the bullet, and they shitted on her. And now they wait, but we could use this now.